when I was a child, I had some abuse issues, and I started eating food just to anesthetize. Food became my drug of choice. When I was about 12 and 13, I started packing on the pounds, and my mother started getting concerned, took me to a doctor, put me on diet pills. So that sent me a message that, I had body image problems, and and I was never quite good enough. So I started going on this diet trend of constantly going on this diet or that diet, any diet I could find. And all that ever happened was that I would fail and just gain the weight back plus every diet was the same. It was the same process. It wasn't the answer. I got to the point where I weighed 298 pounds. And I was almost at 300 pounds, and that really hit me hard. And I, I got so depressed. I didn't know what to do. I had all these health issues. I had high blood pressure, diabetes type 2. I couldn't walk. My hips and my knees hurt. I walked 10 feet. I'd have to stop and rest. It was just a multitude of issues that were just adding up, adding up, adding up. And I failed at every diet. Everything I tried to do, I failed. I have gone vegetarian. That wasn't working for me. I was at the point where I was just hopeless. And I really did want to just die at that point. That's all I was wishing for. I no longer had a life. I was shutting everybody off away, isolating myself. I always felt fat and not quite adequate. I'm not adequate at all. I never liked myself. When I was first thinking about it, I didn't want to dump any more money into weight loss. I'd probably spent thousands over the years on weight loss products. I was at a point where I was just dying. I was slowly dying. I had all these health issues. I was, at this point, I just felt so done. I didn't know what else to do. But your program is much more than a diet. And that is what really was my selling point. So I took the plunge. I'm just excited about it because I've made so many different changes and I feel better. I'm healthier. I have grown to like myself. I treat myself kinder. I don't get on the scales very often, so the last time I did, I've lost 60 pounds. I've lost 25 inches overall. My blood pressure has improved. I stopped taking all the medications that I was taking. But I was taking 3 different medications for blood pressure. I have diabetes type 2, and my blood sugars were running, my morning blood sugars were running 160 to 180, and that's the fasting blood sugar first thing in the morning. Now they're down below 120. I don't have any swelling in my feet. Oh gosh, I mentioned earlier I couldn't walk more than 10 feet without having to stop and rest. Now I can walk, and it's great. I can ride my bike. Um, I um, I do yoga. I have healthier hair. I have healthier nails. I'm happier. I'm lighter. I don't shut myself off. In fact, I'm learning to be vulnerable and less fearful. And I don't really get depressed anymore. It's just been a huge journey for me, not just physically, but on the emotional and mental level as well. I just trying to be kinder to myself that way. The way I talk to myself and the way I talk to other people has even changed. Because I'm being kinder to myself, it's radiating out the way I treat other people. my husband specifically, um, I'm learning, I shut myself off to him before I joined Better Beyond 50, and I was basically rejecting him. Now our relationship has grown. We've gotten closer. The communication is wonderful. We even have a better sense of humor about each other than we did before. This is huge. Our relationship being what it is now is huge. That was the best improvement that I've had in this process. My kids, they're really proud of me. And my granddaughter, she's so full of energy. She's hard to keep up with. But we went bike riding with her 2 weekends ago, and I was thinking, the whole time I'm thinking, if this been a year ago, I would have never been able to enjoy that because I wouldn't I didn't have the stamina to ride my bike more than a couple blocks, and now I can just ride, which was amazing. We rode for a couple of hours. I don't think the food is the same way as I did before, where it was my way of anesthetizing. Now it's just nourishment for my body. I am not where I want to be, but I'm certainly on my way. I'm not perfect. I'm not, and that's the other biggest lesson I have to take too. Is this is we're human and we can't be perfect in everything that we do. And I think that's one of the mistakes I've made in the past is trying to do it all perfectly and getting past that perfection. So I don't do it perfectly, but I'm still making progress, and that's key to the success for me. Is I don't have to be perfect 100% of the time. I love this program, and it works. It works for me. It's going to work for a lot of other people. I've got a life now, and I'm happier, and much, I'm more successful than I've ever been before. From the days where I felt like failure in every diet or failure, pretty much everything I did until now. And this journey, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. And I really impress upon people that if you're at where I was at, take the plunge and do this. It's really worth